everyone. Welcome to the Playback Podcast presented by CAR, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We are your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristen, and Julie, and today we are actually coming to you live from the road, and today we are going to be interviewing all of our amazing CAR convention faculty, and we're going to kick things off with Mr. Kaylee Carr.
Here we go. How are we doing?
We're doing great.
I feel like we just talked to you.
We did.
We had a blast, and I'm excited to be back. I just don't know this person in the middle. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Julie. Nice to meet you.
Oh, good. Nice to meet you.
They're actually frenemies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. That's why she's sitting here, because if she's too close, they might.
Right.
Duel.
Right. She's
It'll
the
be a
violent
battle.
one.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't already watched Kaylee's episode, make sure to do that. We have a full episode all about Mr. Kaylee Carr, so make sure that you guys check that out if you haven't already.
It was a ton of fun, super informative. We talked about a lot of great things.
I'm pretty sure Saunders didn't even watch it.
He didn't. Saunders! No, nothing.
Yeah. It's okay. All right, so we have some questions. We have four questions actually.
Ooh.
Out of all of the places that you've traveled to, what's been your favorite place you've been and why?
Okay, so as a dancer and as a tap dancer, it's really funny to get to travel because I feel like, oh man, this is so sick. Like, who thought a tap dancer would travel? At this point, I've been to 42 countries that I've had a chance to perform in, which is banana cakes. By far, though, my favorite had to be China. I had a blast in China. Like, I love all of Europe and everything, but like getting to see the Great Wall and stuff was super banana cakes. And can I tell you about the
Banana cakes.
Banana cakes? Can I tell
Are
you about
banana
the gig?
cakes good?
They're delicious. Are you kidding me? Especially when I make them. I don't make. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. Check in next week for my banana cake recipe.
There you go.
Tune in.
Yeah, no. So I was hanging out with an artist, a Grammy Award-winning Tim Kubart. He is does children's music. Okay. So we were there. He brought me in. I was Bowtie Kaylee as a tap dancer, and we were doing a kids Coachella in Beijing,
We like
China.
a kids
Pretty
Coachella.
lit, right?
It
Like a
was,
baby rave.
It was wild, like 9 stages, like interactive, everything for kids. It was so cool. But yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Sounds like a blast.
it was a blast. I had
Baby rave. Baby
It was
Coachella.
pacifiers are getting thrown out.
Glow sticks, bubbles.
Yeah, mad bubbles.
I like it.
So you've clearly traveled all over the world when it comes to your dancing. When it comes to like more TV, film, and everything like that, because that's very different than live shows. So tell us your experience more on the So You Think You Can Dance aspect of that.
100%. Okay, so with all reality television, this stuff is scripted.
Crazy.
Boom, boom, boom.
Shocker.
I know.
This is interesting.
So when I was on the show, and I'll just talk about my segment, there was moments because they were like, oh yeah, you like surf and you grew up in Huntington Beach and you're like a tap dancer. You're so interesting. Oh my goodness. And we would do these interviews on the beach. Like I went surfing down like north of the pier and we were doing this post interview and they're like, could you like be more of a surfer? So they would make me like, bro, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to shred. I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to get really gnarly with my tap dancing. And they were like, perfect, do more of that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a lot of things like that, you know, multiple takes are taken. Like, it's just anytime you do any kind of reality television, World of Dance, I mean, great show, it doesn't happen anymore, but like just anything, any platform, you have to understand, you just have to go in, be authentically you, which makes it easy. Try not to be something else because that's silly. And then you just have to understand that it's not personal, that there's producers on the other side of the camera that have a narrative, they have a script, they're trying to formulate a storyline, which works for television because at the end of the day, we need a good story, beginning, middle, and end, an arc, and we need to find characters that can fit that arc. So I was okay for a pop-off, like little, like, oh, we can have this is kind of a cool little boop, you know? But I didn't have enough story to ride out that wave, you know? So TV,
That's
man.
That's
it's
crazy.
a secret.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I like it.
Oh my God. Okay, so transitioning into teaching now.
Boom.
You're on the lovely CAR convention.
Loving it.
What is your favorite part?
About teaching?
Teaching here at CAR convention.
Oh, come on. Has to be. I mean, energy is always good. I love the kids we bring in. First and foremost, everything with teaching. Especially with CAR, it's like coming and giving and everyone understanding that and respecting that. Because it's not about like I'm not out here trying to make like big videos for my Instagram. Like if I only learned 2 8 counts today, but my class was hype, sick, and that's all I care about. you know, and every time I feel like we really bring that energy here, you know, and I feel like, you know, I mean, look at me.
I mean, it doesn't even look like you anymore.
That's me polished up.
Dang.
I know. I'll grow the beard for tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Like
we'll
a
see you in
chia
about
pet.
2 hours.
Yeah, you just add water and then like it's
Perfect.
I know. No, but I do love the energy. I love the people and the camaraderie, you know, and it's just about having good classes, good energy, and really educating everyone. And educating is foremost the only thing that really matters, right? So we're out here
Absolutely.
doing it. We're out here
I like
doing
it.
Love that.
Yeah, snaps,
Okay.
snaps for me. Cool.
We have one more question.
Yeah, do it.
We're asking everyone this, by the way. It's a question that we're asking all across the board because
Oh.
everyone's answers are going to be unique in their own way because we're all different people and we have all different mentors and
I'm an omni spooner. Sometimes I like being the big spoon.
Spork.
Spork, yeah. Is that the is that
no, that's not the question. What's the best piece of advice you've been given by a mentor or choreographer that has been an influence on your life or career? We're getting deep.
Yeah.
Most important advice. Know your worth and know your value, right? Like everyone has value. It's not talent based. It's what you perceive. Like I am good at what I do. Like believing in yourself, knowing that I have value and I bring something to the table, and what I bring is important. And this is given to me by Greg Russell, and he was just very much like, everyone has superpowers as individuals, and you have to hold on to that and know that this is my strength, and then that is your value, right? And then that's what you give, you know, and not to lose sight on that, because it's very easy as an artist to get very convoluted and like, oh my gosh, am I good enough? Am I giving enough? Oh my gosh, like, am I doing a good job?
Yeah.
But it's like, no, rewind. Like, what are my, like, I know what I'm good at. And then I just have to hold on to that. And that's what I can bring to the table. That's my value.
Yeah. You're the only you.
I'm the only, exactly.
Yeah.
You're the only you. You're the only you. You're the only you.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Hey, know your worth, you guys.
Oh, is that your tattoo right there?
Oh.
Dang.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Wow.
It's a vibe. That's it right there.
Wow.
Well, we're so lucky to have you on our car convention staff, and we are just so excited to have you. all
I'm
season
so
long.
excited to be here. Thank you so much. And look, if you watched my podcast, I didn't get the sparkle.
Oh.
But now I do, which makes me feel just a little bit cuter.
Upgraded.
Yeah, no, elevated
that
my
upgrade.
game.
Next
I
time we'll
did.
make sure you get your own.
Thank you. Yeah, I
We'll
want that like
rhinestone one.
platinum flight status around here. Yeah, can
Will
you-
do.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, everyone. Our next special guest is Miss Alex Kessinger. Welcome.
Hi, you guys.
How are
I'm
you
so excited
feeling?
to be here. I'm feeling great. You know, I'm working with the proteges right now, and it's been a blast.
Oh, yeah. Mind you, we stole her from rehearsal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm a little sweaty.
It's okay. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
So, first of all, I just want to preface this with this is your second year as car convention faculty, protege program. It's going amazing, but you also started judging for us with Ultra as well.
Yes, I did.
So, how was that?
It's unreal. I think it's by far the most outstanding, unique, first of its kind competition, and I love being a part of the family. The Ultra family is just killer. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, what are you most excited for this convention season?
For this convention season, I'm looking forward to just seeing so many more new students. I love being a mentor for them if they need anything or if they have any questions about the industry. I love being that hands-on person that they can just come to with any questions.
Yeah.
Love.
In LA, according to your bio, you've worked with some pretty amazing choreographers, and I just wanted to ask you a question about that. Is that okay?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
What has been your favorite memory between assisting Michael Rooney and working under Marguerite Derricks?
I mean, there are so many amazing memories. I don't think I could really pinpoint like one specific moment, but they have definitely helped me become a better dancer, a better choreographer, a better student, and they've really just inspired me to create and just make my career go further. They are just incredible human beings, and if anyone has the chance to work underneath them, I would take it in a heartbeat.
They're brilliant.
Amazing.
They're
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
of course.
I wanted to ask you, it's not on here, but I wanted to ask you,
The tea.
nothing too
Piping hot.
crazy. But I just, because we have people that are watching that are maybe going to audition for the protege program like this upcoming season, what is a piece of advice you would say going into that protege audition?
being 100% you. We look for so many different style dancers that it's not being anything else, just be you. I would say if you're really, really strong at hip hop, be that hip hop dancer that's also killing it in a jazz combo. If you're killing it in like tap, anything like that, show us that maybe in your improv. Don't hide. Just be a go-getter. You never know what we're looking for because we're here to help you. So yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. Do you guys have anything else?
Last question. What's the best piece of advice that you've been given by a mentor or choreographer that has been an influence on your life or career?
Well, actually, so I've had the pleasure of working with Stacey Tukey, and she's always been a huge inspiration in my life, and she always has such unique and clever ways to be like a mom to so many dancers out there. And she's always kind of said along the lines that you never give up. There will be 50 no's before you get a yes. And you should never let yourself ever get down. You just keep pushing forward and you keep going with you. Like, you know, you go back to your gut. You stay true to you as a dancer, as a human, as a person, the whole thing. And I always have this favorite quote that she definitely, I feel like, helped me realize that was my favorite, but it's a quote by Audrey Hepburn, and it is, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible." And I tell myself that every single day.
I love that.
Crying.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Well, thank you for joining us, Miss Alex Kessinger. I guess we'll let you go back to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I could always spill the tea here with you guys.
Right. What's a tea? Spill.
We'll
What's a
save it for
411?
another episode.
We'll do a full episode on the tea.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much.
Of course. Bye.
Hey guys, we're back with another faculty member. We're joined with Mr. Tony Catalanano
You got it. You did it. It's a tongue
and
twister.
his beautiful student Mia. Hello. So we have Mia here because we had a very special question that we have been wondering all season.
Yes. So
You guys had an amazing dance called The Rose.
Thank you.
Yes, it was at Nationals too. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that costume change. We tried to watch the video. We're like, when does it happen? When does it happen?
I watched it twice and I still couldn't figure it out. So will you spill the secret?
So I'm going to let Mia tell you guys
Yes.
how the costume change happens.
Okay, tell.
Okay, so you want me to say like how it was made first? So
Give us all the tea, yeah.
there's a layer over the trunks, and then there's like in between the fabric and the trunks is the red, and it tucks all the way in through and behind my back.
No way.
So then when I go at the end and I tuck down, that's when I pull the first layer out, and then I go and grab the red. And I put the red on, but the green is underneath.
You guys concealed it so well that like I could not figure it out. I was like,
It was like the fifth try of something
Yeah.
to make happen turning
Oh.
red. We tried with
Yeah.
other fabrics and stuff, and it just didn't show up. We tried 2 pieces, didn't look right. And we were almost at the point where we were like, let's just scratch the red. And then we came up with
No, it's
something
so
that
good,
worked,
yeah.
and it worked, right?
Wow.
It did. It was. I think the hardest part was making sure that the red didn't show.
That's what
That
we were
was gonna-
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
like, you know, some reveals, like you can see it coming off and you're like, oh, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that, you had no idea. It just appears
Yeah.
and it's so beautiful.
And I kept YouTubing those videos, like, you know, those like quick costume changes to
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it goes from like a yellow dress to a
Yeah.
red dress to a
Yeah.
blue dress to a green dress. Yeah, I'm like, well, they're doing it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why can't I do it? Just turn it
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
So we made it work, and she did a great job, and the girls in the dance did a great job. It was
Yes.
it was
definitely
beautiful.
one of our favorite pieces this year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really proud of them. Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people love it in the comments too. So
Oh, thank you.
great job.
Big fans.
Appreciate it.
We'll let you go back to rehearsal, Mia.
See you, Mia.
Okay, bye.
So, Tony,
Yes.
we've been meaning to talk to you about all of these incredible Hope Studio fundraisers with workshops that you've gotten multiple different studios involved with. So tell us a little bit about your passion behind that and what drives you to do these fundraisers every single year.
So I lost both grandmothers to cancer, and I feel like it's both of them kind of speaking to me, saying this is what you need to do, you know, to help raise money for this cause, for us, you know. It's, you know, I tell everybody that this DAC thing that we put on every year and throughout the year is one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done, you know, which is why I'm so passionate about it. You know, I'll go into studios and do master classes if they can't come into our workshop that we have every summer, and all that money will go into the pot. And, you know, I go to a couple recitals, sell T-shirts. You know, you guys are constantly sending me boxes and boxes of T-shirts to sell. It's just something that I love to do. I don't know. It's time consuming, but like I said, it's so rewarding at the same time. So
yeah, you guys raised over $17,000, which is absolutely
wild.
Wow.
just mind-boggling. And the fact that it's only $1,000 to become a Hope Studio, and you're going times 17 that, it just shows that not just you, but your entire studio is clearly very committed to this cause, because every single year they're coming out and representing.
And it wasn't just our studio, but so many other Southern studios that have taken part of the you know, the workshops and the fundraiser each summer with us. So definitely our parents, but also everyone else from the outside that has taken a part in it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's so appreciated. We love you guys.
Thank you.
All right, last question.
Last one, okay.
What's the best piece of advice you've been given by a mentor or choreographer that has been an influence on your life or career?
Again, back to my grandmother, who was also a dance teacher. She would also always tell me it's about the performance and not the trophy. And I've taken that and I've just preached it to all of my students across the board. You know, from our 5-year-olds all the way up to our graduating seniors. You know, it's not about the trophy, but about how it makes you feel, the work you've put into it, you know, the performance, and, you know, what people remember the next day after competition, more so than how the awards are called out. You know, because you don't, like the Rose. The Rose might not have won, but people were talking about it the next day, so that makes me feel like I accomplished something.
It brings an impact.
It does. So, you know, and it takes a little bit of pressure off the kids also, if I'm not constantly like, well, you have to win, you have to win. No, you don't have to win.
Yeah.
But you need to take everything that we've worked on and bring it to the stage and make your corrections and go out there and be memorable.
Yes.
That's about
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've loved having you.
Thank you.
We'll let you get back to rehearsal. We know we stole you.
You did steal me.
But we're so excited to have you on our
thank
faculty,
you so much.
and it's going to be a great season.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, we are back with our amazing CART faculty teacher. We have Miss Rachel Lietzen, newly Zabludowski.
Yes.
Is that
Wow.
correct? Yes. Nailed
Crushed
it.
it.
Nailing it, girl.
Can we spell it? No.
spell
No,
it?
I can't spell it, but legally she has not changed her name yet,
Yes.
so I don't need to spell it.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
That's a good answer. It's okay. Every time I hear my husband spell it out for somebody, like, you know, like he needs to tell them their last name, I just like choke inside. I'm like, oh my God.
Like,
It's a long last name. They're like, can you repeat that? I'm like, oh.
like, do you have a pen and a piece of paper
Yeah.
ready?
It's like Z for zebra.
No.
Apple. And I'm like literally cringing.
Oh my God.
Like, I would rather
so
not.
funny.
You just need to carry like a business card around.
Yes,
Type,
here it is.
type that out. There
Yes.
it is.
There it is.
Ooh,
Cute, cute.
that's
idea.
smart.
Oh my gosh. Well, you are living your life out in New York.
Yes.
You are a long time car, ultra, all the things. But
All the things.
You are.
I grew up here.
Exactly.
basically.
You
Yeah,
did.
this is home.
Exactly.
Home
Yeah.
sweet home.
Home sweet home with you guys.
Yes. And now you're judging for ultra as well, which is
Yes.
so awesome.
Yes,
So,
it is.
full
Rainbow
circle.
car,
All
ultra,
of the things.
all
the
the things.
things.
I'm in for it. I'm fully in.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Amazing. So you're out in New York. What is a piece of advice you have to any dancers that are going out there and hitting the audition side of things?
Okay. So, New York, it's a beast of its own.
Yes.
You know, it's an exciting city, but also for a dancer, it can easily chew you up and spit you out because you
Absolutely.
have to go there and you have to have that like rut. You got to just be ready to tackle these auditions. And I promise you, like, you got to stick with it because you're not always going to get a yes. And especially in today's world, like, we're given so much, like, you're amazing, you're this, you're fantastic. And then you get out into the real world and you're not like receiving all of that, like, wow, you're so good. And you may be amazing, but you have to be ready to take that no and then use that no as that fire under your butt to like keep training, keep pushing, and keep going into those auditions because you're going to get 100 no's. I know this is like the typical saying before you actually get that yes. And it's
Absolutely.
so true. Like, it's so true. And right now there's like limited things, you know, after COVID that you can even audition for and all these things, like craziness. So you just have to just get out there and just keep pushing. And if you really want it, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a really
Absolutely.
good piece of
Yeah.
advice. I love it.
Yeah.
So you're in kind of that fitness world,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
kind of transitioned into the fitness world.
that's so fun. I enjoy going and taking a fitness class myself. It's pretty good. What kind of advice would you give a dancer that is looking for a workout or fitness class to help strengthen their muscles in a healthy way?
Okay, so in New York, I teach bar. I also teach cardio, and I teach like HIIT classes. I would definitely say for a dancer, a bar class is so fantastic. Now, I'm not talking about your typical ballet bar. Those are obviously like the most important that you need to be in ballet, like first position and all. A bar fitness class, people think it's like the same as going to a regular bar class.
so
It's
different.
totally
Yeah.
different. You're working different muscles. However, I find it helps you really lean out your legs, and you're working different muscles than you would in a ballet a dancer's ballet class. I have found like it just has transformed my body. And like I feel amazing. And the reason why I even got into fitness was because like I had open heart surgery, so I couldn't dance for a very long time.
gosh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So 7 years ago I had open heart surgery, and I was like physically could not move for like a year. And my doctor said to me like, oh, you can just, you can do stuff that's like lower body. And I couldn't just go into like a regular ballet class and be
Just
like with
feet.
my arms.
Yeah.
So I found myself in like trying to take a bar class, and it helped me so much. And it was like my way of continuing to move. And then they were like, you're so amazing. You would be an incredible teacher. So that's how I kind of found my way into fitness, because it helped me heal. And I figured I can help other people heal as well, or, transform their
That's
body.
amazing.
So that's the reason why I even got into fitness. Otherwise, every time someone would be like, oh, you should teach fitness, I'm like, oh no.
You're like,
I'm a
no way.
dancer. I don't do
What do you
fitness.
mean?
But you
Yeah, what do
have this
mean?
whole background, and it just helps you be that much better.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%. So I'm very grateful for it. So yeah, I definitely think bar, like it really helps, just transform your body. Long, lean muscles, which as dancers, that's what we want.
We need it.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Well, that answered our other question.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Two
good.
in one. It's
no,
great.
it's good. You gave us more than we needed in that moment. We love it.
Okay.
All right. We have one more
Last
question.
Yeah, last question. What is the best piece of advice you've received from a mentor or a choreographer that you've carried into your life as a person, as a dancer? What's meant the most to you?
Okay, that's a good question. So I would have to say my mom and my brother. First of all, my brother was like, I danced with him, but then he also became my dance teacher. And my mom obviously was my dance teacher.
Shout out, Mary.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And, to both of them, like forever grateful, but like they never allowed me to give up. Like there was those moments where you just feel like, oh, I just can't do this. Like the long hours, I feel exhausted. I'm, maybe I'm not good enough. And they always pushed me to be better. And my mom, like every time I'd come off stage after competing at Carr or Rainbow or wherever it was, I would look to her and she just kind of give me that little nod. She never was like, wow, you're amazing. You're this and that. But it made me like, be like, okay, I know that was good, but I need to be better. And it was, for me, like so helpful, because she was never like, oh my God, that was so good, and made me stop wanting to train. It was always like, I could do better. And so what my mom and brother both installed in me is like to never just be like
Complacent?
Yes, that's the word I'm looking
Yes.
for. And to always shoot for more. And don't just stay and feel comfortable and allow, just because maybe you're winning first overall, to feel amazing and just stay right at that moment.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to keep shooting and to keep training and to keep working and not just like feel good, like, wow, I'm first overall. I'm
Here.
everything.
Yeah.
Like I've hit my best.
Yes.
But there's always more.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers your
Yes.
question.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
I love all
Wow.
this advice.
I know.
I love getting
I
to
feel
talk,
inspired.
yeah, I love getting
know.
to talk to all of our convention teachers, because you guys are out on the road, so we don't necessarily.
Right, we
Whoa,
don't
my-
get to do this.
You were talking so fast you lost your breath.
I'm just tiring
But
you
we
out.
don't necessarily get to talk to you guys and hear what drives you guys to join our faculty
Totally.
and really where you guys started. So it's really interesting to hear all the different backgrounds,
Yeah.
and then also the fact that you guys still ended up here with us and now are pouring into these kids. It's amazing.
It's so awesome. Working with the kids is the best part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Just- I mean, there's nothing like it. The energy that you get from all these kids, like in a weekend, is just like fills you up, and just, it feels so good.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you here
know.
Thank you,
today.
ladies, for having me on with you.
Yes, of
You guys are awesome.
It was easier than you expected, huh?
I was like a little nervous. This is like a little out of my comfort zone.
Crushed it.
Yeah,
though.
you crushed it.
You guys made me feel good.
All right. Well, we'll have to have you on another episode soon.
Thanks, ladies. I'll be there.
All right, we are back with our lovely hip hop teacher, Mr. Turk.
I'm lovely.
Lovely. I mean, I feel like a lot of kids just come to convention because you're on it.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
Period.
Kids get really excited.
Yes.
I'll be excited. I'm always excited. I'm excited to to show them, like what we do as CAR. I've been here for a long time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I've been here
You're
for a
not.
minute.
It's
We
okay.
see so many people. Woo.
So that leads it into the first question. What keeps bringing you back?
The check. No, I'm just playing.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. The check.
No, it is not the check. I've been saving my checks, and he'd be like, "I need you to cash those." I'd be
Yeah.
like, "I need shoes with that." Honestly, it's every year you inspire someone else, and you see them grow and change. And I've seen some kids that were 6; they're now graduated, and they're like, "You remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
But yeah.
You made an impact on them.
And they're like, "This was my favorite dance," and then they want to show me, and I'm like,
Oh.
"That's amazing." I have no idea
What dance that was?
that was 2,000 dances ago, But it's
Yeah.
really, really cool that we put so much into them that they would even take the time to remember something like that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's great. I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like your energy is just unmatched. Like you always have your towel with you, and I feel like it's just like it gets you going. Like
Does he want people to know that about his towel?
That towel,
Like
towel.
he walks around and he's
Oh,
waving
he does.
it.
He's like,
Listen, I got to change 2 times because I'd be full out, and then Nate be right there with the camera just in case I fall. And he always catch me when I fall because I'm trying to like show out. He like, we got proteges to do that. Like, they ain't gonna do it like.
but you want to show out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to show them, and then they gonna do it like me, and then
Exactly.
pass it down.
There you go.
So yeah.
So can you tell us kind of like a rough timeline of where you entered into the dance world and then kind of picked up that choreography and ended up obviously leading you here?
Yeah, I have the best story of how I got to CAR actually.
Oh, I'm so
But
excited.
we were, I was an African dancer. I'm from Oakland, and so I danced at the Malonga Casculard. It's this huge studio to where it's so big. We have fireplaces inside every room because it's cold, and the rooms are like almost this big. They're like half. So this would be 2 rooms.
Gosh.
Huge studio, and it goes about 5 stories up.
Dang.
And it's all African dance. So I grew up African
that's so
dancing. When I
cool.
came to Elk Grove, there was no African dance. It was ballet,
You're like,
jazz.
what's happening?
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. So then I start training with my wife, and she was my technical teacher. Everybody's like, "Wait, what?"
Wow.
And so then I became a technical African dancer.
Okay.
And then I went to college, and they assumed I did hip hop. and I started doing hip hop, and I had choreographed a number called Godzilla. And we were at CAR, and I went up to the front desk, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir," and it was Adam. I was like, "How much
Adam
are those
Lands.
finger lights?" Ooh. I was like, "How much are those finger lights?" And he was like, "I think they're like $5." And I was like, "I need 17." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "I just want the green ones, and we're doing this Godzilla piece, and I want them to light up. I'm going to be doing a hip hop number." And he was like, "Okay." So he gave me a good deal. I took all the green ones out, put them on their fingers, and in the middle of the dance, they point this light to the Godzilla that was on stage. And he was just like, "Did you choreograph that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "We're starting this new thing called CAR Dance Convention, and I would love for you to be one of our hip hop teachers." And I was like,
Godzilla
Handpicked.
started it all.
Godzilla started it all. Shout out to the Godzilla team. They're all grown, married, got kids now.
Oh
so
my God.
yeah, it's been a long time. This
Look
is
at that.
Wow.
12, 13 years. 12 years.
Period.
Jeez. I've been here for a minute.
Crushing it.
Crushing it.
Wow.
These old bones shaking.
Not
right.
shaken. What do you love most about teaching every weekend with us?
Well, I get to change all my choreography. So every weekend it's a whole new set. It's fresh for me. It's fresh for the kids. Kind of sucks for the proteges because they think I'm doing something else, and they're like, "Oh, you got another one?" So I
Keep
get
them,
to
keep them
Keep
good.
them on,
going.
on point,
Got to
I
keep
like
them
to
on their
keep 'em
toes.
point because they're the next choreographers and leaders
yeah.
of tomorrow. So I like that, and I really like seeing all the different kids from other cities and other states just kill it. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to watch. And then when I pop out in other styles, they be like, a couple of years when I was just a musical theater teacher, they're like, "You're not the hip hop teacher?" I was like, "No, not this year."
I
so
do
There you
it
go.
all.
That was fun. I
You do
really
it all.
liked that too.
I do remember that. The kids
was
were shook.
fun.
They were
Oh
like,
my
wait, what do you mean? Turf?
I miss
Musical theater?
being I want to be musical theater and a hip hop teacher.
Yeah.
At the
There
same
you go.
time.
Because it's like your hip hop teacher is such and such. I was like,
Mm,
okay, fine.
You're just so versatile.
Fun.
dang.
Our last piece of, or I guess our last question would be, what is a piece of advice that you have gotten from either a mentor or a choreographer that has stuck with you, whether it's your personal life or within your career?
Always wear black underwear.
Oh!
It's a huge distraction on stage. Not all my kids know that, and always full out. There's no such thing as a mark.
There you go.
Marking isn't a thing. So when they go, do we have to do this full out? That's not even a question. Of course, it's not a question. It should always be full out to the best of your abilities. You're always putting your best foot forward, especially if you're in a time where someone else is watching or someone's new and they haven't seen it. If you're marking it, that's their first impression of who you are as a dancer. So when you see someone, or even for your own morals, dance full out.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Always full out.
That's really nice.
Period.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking.
Hey, but
Crushed
you know
it.
what? You You're done.
You did it.
You finished.
Girl, let me get a-
You did it.
All right.
Thank you so much to Turk for joining us. We stole him from rehearsal, but now he's allowed to go back.
Yes.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Take a deep
Appreciate
breath.
you guys, right?
Yes. Have a good season.
Oh my God. Bye.
Hey guys, we have another amazing car faculty joining us, Miss Andrea Woodward.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. Happy to have you.
I have a question, and it's been burning a hole in the back of my brain
Okay.
since I saw this routine at Nationals in
Okay.
Pigeon Forge. I know that there's a story behind it, and I want to know more.
Okay.
What was the inspiration behind your dollhouse routine?
Okay. So, yeah, actually, I choreographed that originally in 2009.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
This past season was my 25th anniversary of my studio.
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats.
Hermit's
you.
Pitch, represent.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring back some stuff that I loved through the years. And that piece especially was one of my defining pieces of choreography. Like when I was starting out, it was one who really got my name out there, and like people started to pay attention to me as a choreographer. But back to the inspiration, for the first time, second time was pretty much the same. I did some new choreography, but overall it was the same choreography, same concept. But basically, the idea of like a beautiful porcelain doll, and like we've all seen them, and maybe they're a little creepy, right? And
Yeah.
they've been loved. So maybe an eye is missing, and the face is broken off, and the clothes aren't as beautiful as they used to be. But imagine that doll coming back to life and talking about, wanting to be beautiful again and wanting to be fixed.
Yeah.
And, we all have broken hearts, right? So, and we're all asking, right, for someone to fix us, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
absolutely.
So it's kind of Toy Story meets Thriller.
Yeah.
If you could imagine.
Good vibes.
So the doll's coming back to life and then like kind of seeking revenge a little bit and like, but asking for them to
love.
be fixed and that love. Yeah. So that's basically the idea. So a little creepy, but,
But
a
deep,
lot of heart and very deep.
I loved the commitment to even the prop dads, like dragging the kids off the stage afterwards and then placing them at the beginning, like during
They
showcase.
live their whole lives for the prop dad. Like I have the best prop dads in the country.
do.
I swear I
Yes.
do. And I appreciate them so much. And they like wanted to be in costume. They went out and got
No way.
aprons.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're like serious
Committed.
about this. Like
I
it's,
love it.
we're
Love
full
it.
out. You know, you don't
Yes.
do
Yeah.
something halfway.
No
If you're
way.
gonna do it, you go all in. So
Period.
I mean, where do you think the kids get it from? Right?
It was a really good routine. I loved
you.
it.
Thank you.
You're
It was fun
welcome.
to see it come to life again,
Yeah.
So, and new kids, and they were younger. I did it with teenagers the first time, and these
Yeah.
were a bunch
They probably
juniors.
watched it like, oh my
Oh,
gosh,
they
that's such a
did.
cool dance, and now they get to do it themselves.
Yeah, when I told them what we were doing, they were like, "No way, no way, we get to do that." And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh my god!" And they were like, "We won't disappoint you. We won't disappoint you."
Oh my God.
That's sweet. You have the best. Just I feel like overall your studio, the camaraderie, it's so evident when you're at a competition, and you guys are a Hope Studio as well.
Yes, we are.
Many years we've had Hope stories from your studio, and so tell us a little bit about what brings you every single year to doing these fundraisers.
Well, I mean, it all comes back to just helping our community. And our community, like, the dance community is big, but it's small, right? And so we've all been touched by cancer, every single one of us. And we just wanted to give back, and we had a Hope story recently. Steve Baldwin just passed away, and he was one of the original prop dads. Speaking of prop dads, one of the first and one of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he built me the Titanic.
He built that?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Him and some other dads.
Okay.
He was definitely
He was
had
a
hand in it.
mastermind. you
Yeah,
know?
Prop dad.
yeah, one of those and I want it to break on stage, like they hit the iceberg, and okay, we'll make it happen. But totally different story. But absolutely, we want to give back. We do a whole month at the studio that's Dancers Against Cancer. We do like a bingo night, and all the money goes to charity. We do like a shirt, we do a Halloween party, and so
Cute.
everything that we do that month, we gather it together, and then we donate it at the end of the month. And so October is DAC month at HDA. So.
Oh, I love it.
So amazing.
Aw. Okay.
We have to preface this last question.
yeah, I have no idea what this means.
Kaylee is asking this question.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So all my notes say is that you keep a mouse in your pocket when you
No.
teach.
It says, what do you do to keep in your right pocket when you teach? I think he means, what do you keep in your right pocket when you teach?
I think it's basically like choreography wise, like do you, or like maybe something specifically.
What is that?
Maybe
mean?
we should ask him.
Anything
Kaylee?
in my pocket. Where is Kaylee? Kaylee, come on. Where are you at?
He has
Like,
a
I'm-
mouse.
He was really excited to contribute.
Okay. It's okay. But I just
It
feel
was
like
a dud. It's okay.
I was like, I don't
he tried.
You're like, I don't have pockets when I teach.
usually don't. So, okay.
So I'm just curious because going back to kind of what you normally create for a stage, clearly that's not what you're creating for a convention. So how are you switching gears for a convention style combo when it comes to that?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So I think the intention always has to be there. Like, why are we dancing? Like, that's a big to me. Like, what is this about? What am I trying to convey? What's the feeling? So definitely different because, I love props and the staging of everything for storytelling, but you don't have to have that. So it's like trying to find the way to still tell a story with just the movement and just the way that they're performing. So it definitely is a different process because you're not thinking big picture. You're just thinking, give them some movement that's different and unique and something that's they're not used to. And I love that come in and they're learning from so many different people, so many different styles. It's so good for them as dancers to be learning from as many different people as possible. And so, yeah, it's different, but I enjoy that process a lot as well. I do love creating for the stage. I mean, that's
And you're
my
so good at it,
Thank
too.
you. But I still like to bring some of that into the room. Like I said, a lot about intention. So when they take my class, like we talk a lot about like, what is this supposed to feel like? What are, the acting part, that goes into storytelling. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Okay, last question for you.
Yeah.
This one's a little deep.
Oh.
What is the best piece of advice you've received from a choreographer, a mentor that you've taken into your life, either just as a person or a dancer in your career?
Yeah. Okay. I would say be yourself. Don't try to be like everyone else. You are uniquely you, and no one is like you. And sometimes we get caught up in like we should be this and we should be that, and this person's doing this and having so much success, so maybe we should be doing that too. And it's great to be inspired by other people, but like really finding who you are as a dancer, as a teacher, as a choreographer. When I started having the most success was when I started being me. I didn't grow up dancing like these kids do. Like I was a 1 day a week dancer until I was a junior in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I didn't grow up doing competitions. I did them for a couple years, but that wasn't my life. And when I opened my studio, I was 19 years old. I was so young. I didn't have an identity. I didn't know who I was as a teacher, as a choreographer. So I had to really get out there and like take classes myself and like figure it out. And that's what I did. And I found my niche, and I found this is what I'm really good at. And no one else does this like I do. And I can own that. And that's what you need to look for, I think. That's so important because we all have a superpower, right, inside of us that we just need to bring out. So find your unique self and go with it because no one's like you.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the inspiration.
I know, I'm
today.
so inspired today. Well, thanks for being on here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Yes, we hope you have the best convention season, and we're just excited to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank you.
Okay, we are back with another amazing CAR convention faculty member, Miss Michelle Ritchie.
Yay.
This is so exciting, you guys.
We're so happy to have you.
I've never done something like this before.
Which is crazy
Welcome.
because you're just, I feel like you've been with CAR for forever. You like are but in the best way possible.
Absolutely.
And I feel like one of the biggest things that I think people may not know is that you actually have choreographed multiple opening numbers for our CAR finals. So tell us a little bit about this past year out in Pigeon Forge.
Well, first off, doing it is such a blessing to me because we sit as judges at the table and there's such a separation as far as I'm sitting here, you're performing. But when I'm in the middle of that opening number and we're starting to know each other and I get to know what's going on with them, and I'm just so lucky that I get to break that barrier a little bit. And I just have so much fun with all these kids because every place that I've gone to has such a different dynamics behind it. And I learn a bit more about myself as a choreographer as well, and the kids, and how to teach better and how to be there, not just as a teacher, but like I had one young lady come up to me because I always, most people know around here I'm called Mama Michelle.
She really is, you guys.
I have a lot of I want them to know that they're people first.
Yeah.
And so I had a young lady come up to me and she had tears in her eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And, of course, reaction is, are you okay? Thought maybe.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I just want to say thank you for saying that to us. And I said, okay, well, do you need
Oh my
to
gosh,
talk?
wait, I remember this.
See?
She made me cry.
Right. And I said, you want to go talk? No, I got to go do production. Okay, just as long as you're okay. Yeah. But I love it. I love that one-on-one with them and being able to see them off the performing aspect.
Yes.
Because they're growing as I'm growing to do the choreography.
Yeah, and they're coming in every morning early before competition starts. No makeup, normal regular clothes, and I just feel like what you're saying. And then also tell me this, because I feel as an MC because I'm in those rehearsals as well. So when it comes now to showcase day and you're sitting there and the thing is playing and then they come out, how crazy is your heart pounding? Because after watching all the rehearsals, I'm sitting there hit it, let's go. So
Fired up.
Are you trying to stay as poised as possible? And yes.
Heck no.
Heck no.
No, I believe she was at the table
One time I pounded and the person next to me jumped. Got scared. Yes. No, I first and foremost proud.
Yeah.
Buttons popping. I'm just
I love it.
proud because they did it in 4 hours.
Yeah.
These kids came out.
They're monsters.
Yes. And I mean, sometimes I asked them to be there at I think it was 7:45
Yeah, we
in the
even came
morning.
earlier a couple days.
Yeah, and they just did it. No one to my face, at least. Yeah. And like you said, I'm first and foremost proud. And then there's the pounding and the hut and the my arms are going like this.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel the same way.
So yes.
I
Wow.
love that. Okay, so moving into a little bit of your work personally as a dancer, what was your favorite part about working for Disney?
Wow, you're gonna make me narrow down one.
You can elaborate.
All right. I was there for a couple years. If I'm not mistaken, they don't do it now, but we got to audition at the age of 16.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they changed it to 18 now.
Yeah.
Well, I got to experience a lot of performance aspect and as a 16-year-old. And it's really different when you're en route because from point A to point B at Disneyland, at least, it's a mile-long process.
Yeah.
So you're performing for a full mile. And in California, the weather is different. I did parades through all seasons. So we would have rainy times and they, immediately, depending on where you were at, what costume you were in, they would pull you off route immediately sometimes. So you would have to learn to adjust in the heat, right now in California, we are getting
pretty warm.
101.
90s, yeah.
So you have to learn a lot. But I think there was one time, I'll tell you a quick story.
Okay.
Yes.
Please.
Right around Alice area, we had a break. So you could play with the audience and do.
Cool.
And I happened to walk up to a little boy who was sitting there. And I was a peasant girl at the time. I was dressed like a peasant girl.
Cute.
I had long brown hair at the time. I've always had blonde hair
my
all my
God.
life. So I was,
Brown?
like, working
You're
the
going to have
brown.
to show us.
Yeah, it's a full,
Full wig. Okay, okay.
So I was like ready to, you know, and he's like gazing at me with these cute little eyes. And I grabbed his cap. He was wearing a cap. And I grabbed his cap to take it off. And you could tell he got really like.
Got nervous.
And when I took his hat off, he had chunks of hair.
Oh, I see.
And I stopped for a second. It took my breath away.
Yeah.
And I planted a huge kiss, right, and like full lipstick right here.
Michelle, I'm gonna cry.
And his,
You
like,
can't do
the
this to me.
No, I'm literally stop. It's been a long day.
I'm a crier.
So am I.
yeah. I'm like, oh gosh.
He immediately was like,
Yeah.
and just lit up. And I knew right then and there, this is what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah. You were his magic that day.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm gonna cry
I like
for
that.
I bet he thinks about that today.
I hope he does, because
Yeah.
I know to this very day I do.
You do.
So
Love.
I have chills right now. I was not ready for that.
I wasn't ready for that story. I wasn't ready. Okay, so kind of in the Disney route, what was the inspiration between the Mouse Cartier program?
Well, growing up here in Southern California, I was blessed enough to have parents that took me to Disneyland pretty much all my life. And I knew as a little kid, this is what I wanted to do. Knowing how young I was and inspired by what was going on at Disneyland, because there's so many different aspects of entertainment there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's
wild.
so wild. And I still to this very day have friends that are what they call leads or choreographers or maintenance choreographers that are still there, and that's their lifelong entertainment aspiration to keep on going on. So going into the young ones, I just felt like talking to Nancy and I talked to Tiffany Schlater and I talked to Andrea, and we just all kind of came up with, sorry.
It's okay. You're good.
I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. We all came up with different ideas, and I just couldn't help but going back into that I think no matter where you're at in this world, if you talk about Disneyland, the kids light up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've had kids that have been very this is last year, very intimidated about the whole workshop thing. So they will sit in the lobby and go, I don't want to do it. But as soon as I see the kids out here with their ears on, then it's like, okay, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'm getting some ears and I feel cool.
Yeah.
And I think in a situation like that, because it is a little bit intense, we are auditioning, we are making them feel like they are part of that process. So it can be, a little hard on some of them.
Yeah.
Not all. Some of them are out there just like living their best life. And like, I wish I was that confident at that age.
Right.
Yeah.
But we all wanted it to be fun and educational always. Fun first, because that's how you get them to grow in it and not be afraid to continue to do it when it does get hard.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Love.
One last question that we have for you is, what is a piece of advice from either a mentor or a choreographer that has stuck with you either in your personal life or throughout your career?
Well, as a young dancer, definitely not what was going on nowadays. Growing up, we would go to another convention. I don't know if I'm allowed to say another convention's name.
Go for it.
okay.
It's fine.
Tremaine Convention.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
He's a DAC sponsor. We love them all.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good.
Doug Caldwell was one
Oh
of the
my gosh.
teachers.
Yes.
And I, all my life, was always intimidated.
Really?
Yeah. So I happened, for some reason, it was in his class, his lyrical class. And
So good.
there was just a part of me that needed to be like front and center. I wasn't never that front and center dancer. I was off to the side, don't get me wrong, and he had started out his class by saying, this piece that I choreographed is very personal to me because I had lost a lot of people in my life this year. So I'm dedicating this whole season to them in this dance. Well, I had just lost a friend junior year in high school, and he died
Oh my
unexpectedly.
gosh.
So I'm like automatically taken back to that.
Yeah.
Well, something, I don't know what it was. And I was raised to be very respectful all the time. Something clicked in me, and I literally ran out of the room because
No way.
I started like waterworks and I couldn't control it. And I knew my dance teacher was going to get mad at me. If I so I ran out and he followed me. And are you okay?
Kind soul.
Yes.
So sweet.
And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He goes, no, thank you. And I did exactly that. I looked at him and I was like, excuse me? He goes, I want to touch at least one person a day, and I know I have. And right there is when I knew, again, I wanted to be that person in other people's lives. If I could just touch one child a day in the way to make them feel like you're okay being you're okay with what you're experiencing, you're okay if you don't want to be in front today, but know that you're okay to be there tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You guys, Michelle's just making me cry today.
Tears.
This is why we've had her with us for so long, because she
Are you
just
kidding?
drops these.
She drops the knowledge bombs and they just explode, and then you start crying.
That's just my biggest thing is I have two girls that I raised, Kara
Oh my
25 and
gosh.
Haley's 24 now.
We love Kara.
And I love Kara too. She is now a dance teacher up in Northern California, teaching at 2 separate studios. And my other daughter is now a 3rd grade teacher in Colorado.
Love it.
Oh my God.
So I tried to kind of implement those kind of things, because both of them are always like, oh my gosh, Mom, you can't save everybody all the time. But if you're just allowed for yourself, you allow yourself to get to that one person. It's a ripple effect. It's just like as if you were to drop something in a water, that ripple starts to go out.
It's the ripple that creates waves.
Yes.
Dakota Montavon.
Yeah. He used to say that in his DAC speeches all the
Yeah.
time.
But it's the truth.
It's
if you
true.
really think about that whole picture, that whole, it really is. It just takes that one time. And I always try to end each one of my convention classes with just a little like, hey, you guys, be good people in this world. We need it right now. This world needs it so bad.
Yeah.
And if we're just that one ripple, I promise you it'll work. We just got to do it
Absolutely.
though.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. We are just so lucky to have you with us.
Yeah, what the
for entire
heck?
season and obviously throughout the years. But you are just incredible.
So
and we're-
excited. Yes. I mean, 12th year being here, one of the first ones, OGs to
Yes.
start it. And I'm so appreciative and so blessed that I get to continue to do what I do.
Yes.
So,
Well, we hope you have an incredible season.
thank you.
And
Thank you,
we're just so
guys.
happy to chat with you.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Yes.
You did it. All right, everyone. We're back. We have our other fabulous tap teacher, Mr. Zach Saunders, in the building. How are you
doing?
feeling?
Nervous.
Why?
We already talked about this.
But-
I'm also holding this thing.
He's struggling. He's nervous. He doesn't know how to act natural, but we're just going to roll with it. And we're just going to
What is
start
natural? I
out.
don't even know.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
All right. So we'll start
Trying
out with a
secretly.
good basic question. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
Okay. What are you most excited for your first season with Car Convention?
Oh, I'm really excited to build relationships. Honestly,
Okay.
like I think the protege program is amazing. I think the faculty is amazing. So for me, it's really exciting to meet new people, experience new things, and also build a relationship with these people. And then like from there, I'm also excited to like turn up in classes.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's a party
We've
time.
seen your class. We've seen your
Yeah.
class.
I'm
You've
just like excited
experienced
to
it.
like, you know,
We had some Drake during HDE, right?
Curious.
yes,
Uh-huh.
Come on.
there might be some Drake coming up.
It might be,
Yeah, you're not a regular tap teacher. You're a cool tap teacher.
I mean, you said it, I didn't.
But he
But I like
says
to think
it
I'm
in the
cool.
mirror at night.
Secretly, my affirmation. Like, I'm just like,
He's like, I am the cool tap teacher. I'm not a regular tap teacher.
nah, Kaylee's way cooler than me anyway. So
No.
You guys, the bromance is real.
he didn't even hear it.
He didn't hear it. He
Oh, he's
didn't
not
even look up.
Pay
He heard.
attention.
Oh, he heard. He heard. They're in love.
Nah, that's I mean, facts. I love that boy. But I think that's what I'm most excited about is just being able to like experience the whole program, experience the teachers and the faculty, and also experience the classes and like provide something hopefully different. Hopefully-
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hopefully just like get kids pumped.
Yeah.
Pumped.
What's something
Pump it
that? Yes.
Yo, that's the jam though. Okay.
It's pretty good.
That basically just leads into our next question. What do you feel is something that you bring to your teaching that is unique, maybe that sets you apart from other faculty members?
I don't think I'm set apart from any faculty member that is a part of CAR.
Yeah.
I think everyone is special and everyone has their place and everyone has their moment. I think that what I try and do with classes is I try and, what's the right word for that?
It's okay.
I try and like have the experience of a tap class not be the worst. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I personally have kids that like they don't tap whatever, right? They just do hip hop or they just jazz, contemporary, and they come into tap class and they're like, I'm about to cry.
Or most kids are like, I'm just gonna go take a break. I'm not even
Right.
gonna take
like,
it.
or skip it.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. I try and approach it. Mentor of mine, Greg Russell, said, teach to your class, not what your ego is.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we go to a class or go to a city and it's full of people that cannot tap dance or we're not trained to tap dance, we about to just turn up and have a good time.
Heck
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because I think that if you approach your class in that way, you're also going to provide a fan for the art form.
And it may lead them to taking another tap class. You know what I
1000%.
mean?
I've
And then
had-
maybe they can come tap with you again and they feel now that they're excited about the genre.
Or in 20 years with their husband, they buy tickets to a tap show
Whoa.
because they
Full circle.
We like it.
Yeah.
because they
Feels
had
good.
a positive experience
Yeah.
in a tap class
Yeah.
as opposed to being told they can't do that.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm
cool.
trying to like create positive experience
Yeah.
around the
Positive connection.
Yeah.
exactly.
And it may be
Amazing.
that like you're their first introduction to tap. Like
Facts.
maybe not all studios
Yeah.
have a tap class available. So maybe this is their first time walking in and now you've gotten them interested.
I keep getting distracted by your glittery mic.
You have one
I
too.
realize that I have one too.
I rhinestone them.
Yes.
Do you want one?
I keep looking at her and I'm like,
Wow.
I mess it up.
No,
you're good.
You're good.
Okay.
So
Okay,
Don't think too much about it.
That's the
It's
thing.
going to be okay.
It's this guy.
so you're still currently working as a dancer and a choreographer in the
Yes.
industry. What is your most memorable job or moment in LA?
It's a loaded question, I know.
There's so many.
Or like who's your most memorable like person to work with or just moment?
So I got to meet Tony Danza.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Which
Fired
was-
up.
I was like a fangirl, low key.
Yeah.
I was like,
Gotta say cool though.
I mean, low key. Like I was
You're
like, I
like-
was like, we
you're
were
like
trying
a
to
little
tap dance, and I was
sweaty.
like, what's up, bro?
You're like, how can we be friends?
Honestly, I was like, can we? No, we can't. Okay.
it's cool. It's cool.
Dang, we can't like exchange info.
Legit though. Don't call me out like that. And then
It's like I've known him for years.
on that same job, I was working with Michael Rooney.
Dang.
Wow. Legend.
A legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then on that same job, it was for Joseph Gordon-Levitt production.
Wow.
okay.
So I was
Congrats.
also like 500 days of what is it, summer?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
Summer.
Yes.
You
Good
were
one.
crying?
I mean,
Have you
kinda.
seen the movie?
Have you seen? Yes.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I've seen it.
Run that.
Why?
Yeah, I would
Go
cry.
ahead.
Are we just suddenly judging Nurka now?
No, but you watch the movie and you'll cry.
Bro, I'm
I've
just
watched
saying.
the movie.
I was over here like Zoe Deschanel. I was like,
Absolutely.
We're getting deep.
so that was a really cool experience for me. Only because honestly, I'm a fan of those people, but I'm also a huge fan of Michael Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
He's
what
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
He's awesome.
Awesome.
That man is cool. What else?
You have so many stories.
I did.
Do you ever?
He's so nervous. He's like, which story do I tell?
I know. I'm like,
Okay, I'll ask you a more direct question. Is there a job that you look back on and in the moment you were like, I'm not doing a good job, like kind of like down on yourself or being like super hard on yourself, and then you look back now and you have a totally different perspective?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just came up with it.
Just thought about it in my brain.
It just came in my noggin.
Yes, like, what's up?
Gotta go.
A job that I was not doing good at. A lot of them.
Lies.
That's.
We got to be a little bit more positive.
Yeah, come on.
Positive mind, positive life.
I'm nervy right now. Let me do my. Yeah, I would actually say my first job in LA at 19. Again, how do I say that? The movement was not what I auditioned for.
Okay. Sometimes they trick you.
Yeah.
Right. So I went to the audition and I was very much like at that time like a popper and like all the things. And I was like popping and I don't break dance at all, but I tried.
That's okay.
I'm 6'2", like the floor is really far.
You're like, whoa.
It's really far.
And so I booked the job and we were in rehearsals and the movement was outside of what I presented myself as. And I was having a hard time adjusting to that. And the choreographer pulled me aside and was like, hey, remember, dance has no gender. Dance.
Whoa.
Yeah, right, though?
Whoa.
Like, it's facts, though.
Yeah. It's true.
Movement is movement.
Yeah.
And something that like I still say to my students is that until you bring me a check from Lines or Momix or Diablo, right? You're a dancer, not a contemporary dancer. So until that check says from a contemporary company,
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
Why put yourself in a box?
Yeah.
Why put yourself in a box, but also why be so disrespectful to movement? Does that make sense?
Yeah, almost
very
like
deep.
you're closing yourself off and you're not interested rather than
I only
being like, I
contemporary.
love
Yeah.
movement. Let me see
Yeah.
what I can do, even if it's outside my comfort.
Yeah.
Exactly. But even in contemporary, it's a
There's
umbrella
so
term,
many. Yeah.
right?
There's so many branches of
Same thing with hip
contemporary.
hop.
Yeah.
Like housing, like
Yeah.
there's so many things.
Right.
Even with tap dance, really honestly, like it shares a thing with like technique as far as like with ballet, right? If I say do a tendu and your foot comes off the floor, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Dégagé, done, right?
Boom.
I know terms,
Technical.
Yeah.
Come on,
He
come
said
on.
technique.
right? Same thing with the flap though, right? If I say do a flap, foot comes off the floor, it's a shuffle.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? But in that genre, there's so many beautiful moments with people and artists who create different things, right? They're like, if you're disrespectful, if you're closed off in that mindset, right? Or you think that like, I don't do that. I'm not that type of dancer.
Yeah.
You're just hurting yourself
Exactly.
and hurting the art form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was like one of my first experiences in LA where I had this mindset of like who I was and like what the choreo should be.
Right.
But that's not my job. I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
My job is to provide you with your movement that you created.
Well,
Look at you now.
mic drop.
Love it.
All right.
Come so
Nailed
far.
it. Nailed
I'm
it.
just over here holding
woo.
things.
Wow.
I'm just over here holding this thing so that I can hear.
You know?
Okay, so last question.
No.
You made it.
We're just gonna keep going.
What
I'm
else?
so nervous. I'm still nervous.
No, don't be nervous. This is a really good question.
Yeah, this one's easy. This one
really
just wraps it
It's
up.
really good. I promise.
good.
You lying through your teeth.
No,
I would
it's
never
good.
lie. I told you this. I would never lie.
Okay, I'm just gonna give it to you. You know, see how you feel about it.
I'm scared.
Okay.
He just thinks I'm lying all the time.
What is the best piece of advice you've received from a mentor or a choreographer that you've taken into either your life, just personally, or as a dance? He's already stressed.
I feel like I just did that the last two questions.
You know what?
I know. Yeah.
You've got a not what?
One more
You've
time?
got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And we want you to just lay it all out.
Also like ADHD.
Got a lot of knowledge.
Got a lifetime of knowledge.
She's the man?
Yes. I got a lifetime of knowledge.
It's so good. My favorite scooter.
Honestly, I just got so excited.
I know every line of that movie front to back. So
No, it's
we'll hit
so
the cover.
good. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, last question for you.
Okay.
If there's a kid out there, you know, they're in tap and they're not so confident, what's the best piece of advice you could give them? They want to do it, but you know, they're scared. What would you tell them?
That is pretty good.
Went whole
Proud of you.
left. All right. Okay.
She took a U-turn.
I know. I'm like, yo, what? I was like ready to like give like a. Okay. If there's a kid who wants to tap dance, who is scared, everyone is bad at something.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah. Like period.
Yeah.
Right. Like everyone is always going to be bad at something.
Mm-hmm.
It's your determination and your will that makes you good. Feel me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to start something or you think something is cool, do it. Like during the pandemic, I learned how to skateboard.
Okay.
I'm really bad at
Come on,
skateboarding.
X Games.
I'm still really bad at
I would
skateboarding.
skin my knees so
I
hard.
did it because one of my best friends, his name is Kaylee Carr, and he's really, really good at skateboarding.
Ooh, who's that guy?
So I, during the pandemic was like, yo, I'm gonna try this. I fell so many times. I still can't go over a bump, but like I'm getting kind of good.
Hey, but you got back up.
Facts. So it's the same thing. If you're gonna tap dance, just understand that there's a process. Understand that you're gonna not be okay. You're gonna not be good. And understanding that your determination and your will to work on it and become obsessed with the technique, become obsessed with the step is going to make you better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And even if you're a
Wow.
jazz dancer and you started out jazz, you were bad at jazz, and then
At
you
some
got
point,
good.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
But also at the same
Yeah.
time, me as a tap dancer and a hip hop dancer, I'll still roll into a contemporary class.
as you
Heck
should.
Smash.
yeah.
Feel me?
Very good.
Now the interpretation is going to be different because my body moves in a different way. Feel me?
Yeah.
Same thing with a tap class. Like roll up with your tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Hit me with a dig, step.
Yeah.
Right? And we out here like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but take the class.
Yes.
I would say to round it back to the whole situation, take the class.
Yeah.
Take the class.
Right? Because also I know that there's personally been multiple jobs and multiple auditions where I wouldn't have been in the room if it didn't say I was a tap dancer. Like I've specifically booked at least 3 jobs where I auditioned and, no cap, but like was not good.
That's okay.
Went down in flames.
Happens.
That's all right.
Happens.
Came back for the specialty.
Ooh,
Oh.
we love a specialty.
And then
Got
you
it off of that.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Period.
I mean,
Stay
I
versatile.
I booked a tour off that. So
Nice.
So-
Booked and
Get
blessed.
excited. Wow. Booked and blessed. Remember when that was a thing?
I know, I do.
still-
Still is.
People still
It
do.
ain't
People still
going.
like-
The Instagram, RIP.
Oh my
but-
gosh.
R.I.P. It was the best thing ever, though.
All right. Well, we are just so excited to have you on our car convention staff this season. We know that you're going to do amazing. Your very first
still
season.
nervous.
You'll be good.
Oh my God,
You-
you're done.
You
did
are going to be
it.
fine. I think we're good. You got it.
Are you done with this interview?
Yes.
He's like, can we go get dinner?
He really wants to just hang out all the time.
We like
the
hold hands
bromance.
and sip.
I'm going to
I
go
like
to the
it.
bathroom and then we're going to do Nancy. So if you want to hop on.
We need her.
Yeah. Wait. Let me ask. Come on.
Wait, you should get out there.
Oh, we're still here.
No.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
This is kind of fun, low-key.
Are we rolling?
Are we still rolling?
We're still rolling.
Are we rolling?
Go
I
for
think
it.
my thing is broken.
Okay.
Nope.
So Saunders, I have a
Okay.
serious.
Frenemies.
I have a question.
No.
This is from a fan.
No.
They were wondering.
No.
Okay.
I'm here. Let's go for it.
They were wondering what are you doing later tonight.
He wants to invite you out on a date.
I mean, are you paying?
He
Fine.
He will take you. He's gonna actually take you on a ride on his motorcycle where you can hold
we've done
him
that
real
already.
close.
Fine.
Yeah, he wears a sparkly helmet and holds on like a koala.
Cute.
He parks like right at the front door, and I'm like, okay.
And then he carries you inside like this.
I mean,
like a baby.
He could.
I could.
I really want to see
I
you
will.
try and carry him like that.
Nah,
we
we're
could
not,
do that.
we're
Well,
not
that'll
doing
be
that.
in the but I have
might cry.
I have put him on the back of the bike. I just make him wear a wig under the helmet, so there's
it
there's long flowy hair.
So you a girl.
Yeah.
But it's
He puts his hands up. Like,
I'll be in there like,
yeah.
just vibing.
Dude, that was the song I was thinking. You are my friend.
Besties.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So,
I feel like
Greg
we're just
Russell.
in the middle
We're in
of
the
a
middle.
bromance.
yeah, we're
Stop
taking
with
over
our-
the podcast.
We're having an
taking-
interview.
Okay,
We're not here.
gotta
We're
go.
not here.
Greg Russell,
Yes.
that's when we met.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Okay, so legitimately, me and Zach, me and Greg go way back. No, me and Zach met at Greg Russell. It was the revamp of Tap Sounds Underground. This is about 10 years ago.
And plus,
You're telling
Plus.
everyone your age.
don't. Hey,
It's okay.
So I'm really bad at picking up choreography. So luckily with Saunders, he also was having some moments, and we found ourselves in the back of the room. And then I was like, "Hey, you want to be friends?" And he was legit like,
Okay, so we're gonna run this back because this man.
The story's different.
Yes.
No.
Because this man.
That's how it happened.
It's
his
clear he
feet
didn't
are
watch.
So nasty. He's so good at tap dance.
Okay, I got really like nervous for a second. You were like, his feet are so
I meant,
nasty. Like
that's a slang term. Sorry,
I don't wash
he's,
my feet.
He's so good. And
You have
this
to
man
wash
put on
them.
his shoes, right? And in my brain, I was just picking tap back up.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're only as good as the company you keep. Feel me? So
He was using me.
dang, user.
So I'm like, this man is so good. And then we both struggled with choreo, and I was like, this is my opportunity to like make a cool friend. And I was like, he was like, you want to be
Look at
friends?
you now.
We legit would call each other just to rehearse Greg Russell's choreography.
And
we would
still cry.
And still cry. Yeah, we would roll up and we'd be like, all right, dude, we really have to do this because last time he talked to us about like not knowing the choreo, you know? And we felt so ashamed. We were like, oh no. So we would
Bro, you
legitimately,
just brought up so many memories.
we would take the mirrors
Just
off
crying.
my closet and we would
Legit.
put it in my living room.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were desperate.
you know what? It's okay. I mean, the dedication.
But look at it.
And now we're
Worked.
here.
Yeah.
Besties.
Yeah, you won't see that
Best of
footage.
besties.
That's gonna stay.
Yeah.
Bromance.
I don't want to see the footage.
Yeah. Love you, Greg.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out. Yeah.
Anyway,
That was cute.
Wow.
Wow,
we done?
great,
Well.
great interview, Kaylee. You did a great job for your first time.
Thank you so much.
job.
You guys can catch me on my YouTube channel. Get me at Kaylee Carr, right?
Right?
I interview reptiles and different
Reptiles?
yes, and insects of different. Zach, I'm trying to do my plug.
you have things?
Plug.
Yeah. Hey, for real, come get our class though this season. Yes, if you don't have me, you have him. If you don't have him, you have me. Yee.
Hey, for real though, he has reptiles.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay, it's Nancy.
Okay, we did it, Nancy.
Okay, guys, we are back with another one of our amazing car convention faculty, the one, the only, Miss Nancy O'Meara.
Wow, what an intro. Thanks, ladies.
A legend.
A legend.
The star.
Truly. And Nancy is actually one of the people that's in charge and really heading up our entire protege program. We have an incredible protege program. Like 84 kids are here this weekend.
They're over there.
How excited are you?
Super excited, considering we had, how many last season.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
it's tripled. It's
Yeah.
tripled the amount.
Yeah.
And they're super talented and they're crushing it over there, pushing them to learn the opening number and the closing number.
Yeah.
Some of the little ones are like, are we learning another number? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to
With the
protege
smile.
life.
They're Our brain is like,
they're good though. I mean, we started them off this morning and got them on the microphone so everybody was able to speak.
Yes. Oh, good.
A couple of the kids didn't know anybody else, so bringing them in, understanding that feeling when it's sort of like there's cliques. So we don't have cliques here. So everybody's working together, and it's just great to see them all picking up the choreography and still doing an audition process that is similar to life. So everybody, we see them do a section, and then we pick out maybe 25 kids for that section. And the other kids are understanding. It's not like somebody's crossing their arms like, oh, her again. It's like, oh, she's really good.
Yeah.
That's what I
It's
love.
just making them better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is.
In 5 years, what is your vision of the Protege program?
Oh, in 5 years, what a great question. It's going to be more like an academy.
Yes.
It's going to be like
Academy.
Whoa.
You heard it here first.
Excited.
Yeah.
Car Academy.
But just the Academy of Car Academy, something. But because of all the things that we're implementing, and the faculty is great, and I love how the faculty is. There's some of us that are more working within the industry, and then others that are really focused on their studios, and then we all come together. So we have the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
So if I don't know something, Tony does. If Tony's not sure of something, then somebody else does. And that's why just everybody being around today has been really, really nice. But I see it as whether it's on-camera stuff with Nate, and editing things from public speaking to self-tapes to solo stuff, like whatever they need to do. Like there's one facility that it just everybody's there to help facilitate that.
Love it.
Wow.
Get
College
excited.
essays to help with college essays.
What? Yes.
All of it. It's just one-stop shopping. And everybody has their sort of place, and it can, and it bleeds into other positions as well because everybody works together.
Absolutely.
That's what I love when I'm on the phone and Susan at her desk, and then there's Kendra, and then there's Nurka, and I said I just want to be on a lazy Susan in the middle. And then Nate comes up and I'm like, hi Nate.
I know.
He would love that if he just showed up one day, came upstairs and saw Nancy in the center.
It really is fun, but it's not. It's really just not my inspiration. It's something that I think about because of everybody that's here. Everybody has something to offer, and there isn't. I mean, I've been on other conventions. I'll be honest. There's been times when I would get to a different convention, and I would walk down the hallway, and I was like, oh, you kind of almost want to avoid somebody. It's not the nicest thing to say, but here I can't wait to see everybody. Everybody, because everybody's kind of pumped up for the same reason.
And I feel like the dancers feel that. Like the people that took last year, they know their favorite convention teacher is going to be in their city again, and they look forward to that because you're making those connections. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It's just great to see them, even this morning, how some of them, their shoulders are in their ears and doing their pictures, and then even right now after lunch, they're like, hey, I went from Miss Nancy to hey Nance, all in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
That's good. It is. That's really good. I love the confidence.
I love it.
For all of the incredible things you've done in our industry, you've choreographed, you've danced yourself. My question is, have you ever been starstruck?
Starstruck.
Like fully starstruck where you're on a job and you realize, oh my gosh, that's so-and-so. And because obviously you're professional and you work with the biggest stars ever. Hannah Montana.
She's a big Hannah Montana star.
Are you really?
Star? She's
all
a big fan.
the people that you have ever worked with, and I said, Hannah Montana.
Allie and AJ, like, she was
Literally.
freaking out.
Ellie and
was.
AJ are back. They're performing again.
I've been to their concerts. Trust me. I've been.
She's a big
I have
fan.
a shirt.
That's so
No
sweet.
big deal. But is there anyone that you have ever like shaken in your boots? Oh my gosh, that's them.
Prince.
Oh, that's fair.
Well,
Obviously.
that's a mic drop moment.
Yeah, Prince. It was. I feel terrible. I can't remember right now the name of the video, but everybody had to have black wigs. There were short black wigs, so everybody sort of looked alike, and except for the two girls that were the leads. And for me, they were just, I mean, I remember just sitting there thinking, this is really happening. This is really happening. And just watching him, the way that he would work and the walk, he was just a superstar. He just had this presence when he walked in the room. Wow, it had to be him.
Oh my God.
I don't know how you wouldn't get starstruck by him. Like,
And starstruck is just quiet.
Yeah,
because
'cause
artists don't really want to. I mean, I always tell when choreographers, when they go out to for an audition for a job, when they say like, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan," nobody as an artist wants to hire a choreographer or a creative director that's a big fan.
Yeah.
It's just. Even if you are, keep it on the DL.
it's a mutual respect. You know?
Yeah. To
Just
walk
don't
in there
say
to be there to
Professional.
help with the artist insecurities and help them to get through things. So we don't really matter. Yeah, I think of it as like if I walk away and I'm a ghost, people don't know that I did my job. So I would say that definitely to choreographers. I mean, if you were a singer or something and you were going to hire somebody and they're like, I'm your biggest fan, and they couldn't really have a conversation with you, you're like, you're not for me.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, but no.
Next. Yeah.
What is your number one convention tip? Maybe for a dancer that is maybe hesitant to come to convention or audition for that protege program?
That's a good question. I think that every convention out there has something to offer. I just think with ours, we have more of the one-on-one mentorship, and it's really a mentorship. It's not just written on a website. I think that they should try us because it really is, everybody's very approachable. Nobody needs to walk down the hallway with a security guard. Nobody's ever going to say, oh, this person doesn't have time to sign something for you. And you can see the dancers in the ballrooms, and I do understand having the lighting in the scene room or something like that to have that. But this is also a place where they're still training. They're not just learning steps; they're still learning technique and how you can apply your technique to execute the steps.
Yes.
And I think that that's why we're really different. And I'm going to say the word approachable again, because the minute people come in, I've never heard anybody say, "Well, I'm never going back to CAR. That wasn't fun."
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. So hopefully they will. Come and try us out. Check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more question for you.
One more.
Jocelyn, you want to hit her?
Sure. Okay. So
Not hit her literally, but hit her with it.
So, out of all of your years of experience, whether it was a mentor or a teacher, choreographer, was there a piece of advice that has stuck with you to your core, whether it's something in your personal life or into your career that you have held on to and try to pass down to other dancers?
Yeah. Be so unique that people cannot stop looking at you. Just be that unique that people want to be around you, that they have to look at you, and this is a sort of a way that it was explained to me when I was younger. And it was a man named Bob Cavallo. He was the CEO at Hollywood Records. He was Paula Abdul's manager, Seal's manager. He was this Italian businessman. And I learned so much from just watching him. Like, he would walk into like a set, a video or something like that, and he'd be like, rah, 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 rah. The minute the door opened, he walked in and he was all about solutions and making everybody feel special, but really knowing the special qualities of each person, and then just always saying, if you really, really work hard and you just show, everybody's unique, but if you can be that unique where people for some reason they have to focus on you and they enjoy being around you, that's something that I've always taken with me and try to instill and look at anybody that I see. There is, like, think about everybody that works for CAR. Everybody has something that's so unique about them. So
Absolutely.
Clearly what I've been manifesting happened.
Wow, we love a manifestation.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, like, just try not to overthink. If you keep things simple, it's as simple as, like, do your best, forget the rest, and continue on. You have to have a balance of your career and your work, and then having your personal life. I think having that balance really makes a difference as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wise words from Nancy O'Mara.
We love it.
We love it. But we're just so grateful that you are really pouring into these proteges and building up this program. I can tell it's already making such an impact in these dancers. So you're talking about a 5-year plan. I'm just so excited to see where everything goes. And we're just grateful to have you.
And we'll all be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Get
That's the
excited.
best part. That's the best part.
Well, have an amazing season.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You did it.
Hey everyone, we are here with our CAR Convention faculty member, Mr. Will Simmons. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. We're excited to have you here this weekend.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So this is your first time convention teacher vibes.
Yes, first time convention, first time at CAR. I'm super, super excited to be here.
Yes.
I've been watching all of your guys' videos, doing all my research, all my homework, and I'm just hopefully I'm prepared for tomorrow.
Wow, we love homework.
Yes. We love it.
I'm always trying to be prepared. Come
We
on
didn't
now.
even ask any of the faculty to do homework, but,
No,
but it was
I
done.
guess A+.
Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
We're going to start out at the very beginning.
Yes.
How old were you when you booked your first job while living in LA?
My first job that I booked, I was 10 years old. It was actually my first audition, my second audition. I auditioned for Miranda Cosgrove on Ellen.
Oh,
and
Iconic.
and like remind you, this is like Miranda Cosgrove, like iCarly.
Yes.
days.
Yes.
Like,
No, she knows.
yeah, so
I know.
you know, like I was
Yeah.
fangirling.
Yes.
When I saw her walk in the room, I was like, wow, like you're Carly, like where's Freddie and Sam? So it was a really cool experience. I got to work with Sophia Lucia, Lil Demon, and a few other people as well.
Oh my gosh, Sophia, we just had her
Yeah.
at HDE.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Sophia.
Oh my gosh. So you've had, I'm sure, countless experiences. If you started working when you were 10, what would you say if you had to pick one job was like your absolute favorite, or maybe something that is so memorable that impacted you that you carry on every other job you go to?
See, it's hard because I feel like every job has a different meaning to me. I feel like one that really stuck out the most is This Is America with Childish Gambino, just because of the message.
Yes.
And then obviously with like the Black Lives Matter movement happening in 2020, that was really a staple that a lot of people referenced that video. So it was really cool to see the impact that we made on people's lives.
Yeah.
I think another thing that was really big for me was probably being a Disney Mouseketeer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, being from Cali, like I grew up, at Disneyland all the time.
Yeah.
So to be a part of that, experience and to work with my amazing castmates and friends, it was absolutely unreal.
Yes.
We love that.
Okay, so I think you are our youngest faculty member.
Yes.
What is it like being here, inspiring the next generation who are so close to your age?
It's weird, to be honest with you. Like, I talk to the other faculty members and they're like, oh, you're like a little baby.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say that. I'm trying to be a little grown. But no, it's nice to be here to inspire, so many kids that are close to my age. Because I know when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of teachers that were around my age.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of have somebody that they can relate to, somebody that can understand their TikTok memes and all of that.
The references.
All the references. I feel like if anything, they say something in like, the
You're like,
crowd.
so
Or
heard that.
I'm like, oh, I know that one. Oh, I know this move. I like, oh, this one.
Yeah.
So if Nancy doesn't understand it, Will
I
is
got you
going to
guys.
understand
I'm your
it.
meme lord. Love it.
Lord. He pulled out the Lord.
Yeah.
So that's what all the kids say, right?
I think so. I don't know. You're the youngest. You tell me.
Yeah, you tell us what the kids say. What do
We're
they
not
say?
that far apart in age, guys.
We are.
We are not that far apart.
But we
Well,
always,
I meant we as in like,
No.
right here. This is the we.
we always say that Julie keeps us so young and hip and just lets us
and
know about the
trendy.
trends and,
The 411.
Really?
letting us
She's
know
the
to
hip
say
one.
period
Oh.
and slay.
That's how bad it is.
That's how bad.
Like hip, like oh my hip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or like, what's the trend?
Yeah.
the trend?
What's cool? What's hot? What is everyone talking about?
What is the 411?
Exactly.
I gotta go. This is my second Celsius. Whoa.
Whoa, sponsor.
Oh my gosh.
Sponsor us.
Okay.
Celsius.
Heyo. We've been
Send us
trying.
more.
Okay, so you're, I guess, new to the more teaching side of things. So what is something that you like to bring in as a choreographer that maybe you wish you had as a dancer, or something that you've picked up from another choreographer that you want to continue to do?
I think. Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me think about this one.
Yeah.
We can cut this video.
Well, you don't have to say who, but maybe just like something where you're like, oh, I noticed that, a certain choreographer maybe caters to this and I like to do,
I feel like my mentors are nappy tabs. So being able
Casual.
to
Can't get better than that.
Sorry, but like
Whoa.
shout out to you guys. But being able to work with them and seeing how welcoming they are to not just the dancers, but the parents, the teachers, the staff team, anybody in the room, they show everybody so much respect, and that I love to see that and try to carry that anywhere I go as well. So I feel like that's something that I try to bring into my class is just, respect and just the openness of like being very welcoming to people. And even if it's like, for the petites, I'll probably ask the parents like, hey, come take the class with us too,
Hey.
Like all the kids, grab your moms, grab your dads, let's go dance together, have a good time. So
Wow.
I think that's so important too, because especially with the little ones, like you said, they're maybe just starting out at a convention, so they may not get every single step, but they're remembering that experience of, oh my gosh, he made me feel like I was incredible and I want to go take class with him again. So that's so important.
Exactly. Or even just like having talks with the kids after, you know. I wasn't even really supposed to be working with the proteges today, and I've been here all day because I just love, you know, the experience. I love being around them. I love working with them and, you know, getting, you know, all of their backstories and all of that.
Yes.
So
And
it's
it
really
makes
nice.
them feel good too. They're like, the teachers on this faculty for Car Convention really care about me.
And we do. It's not like, I'm not saying it's like an act or anything. We really do care for these kids here. All 1,000 of them. All 1,000. Don't ask me if I know your name, but like.
But like, I care about you.
I care about you. I know your favorite color, just not the name.
Absolutely.
There you go.
That's all that matters.
Well, we're just excited that we have you on our convention staff this season. We know that you are going to make such an impact, and I think that obviously your experience in the industry, but also like your age and everything just molds you into this perfect choreographer that I think these proteges and everyone that comes to convention is going to absolutely love. So we hope you have an awesome season with us here at CAR.
You're gonna make me blush. But thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you to the CAR faculty team and the convention tour for having me just be a part of this entire experience. And I'm excited for not just this year, but for many more years to come.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Just had to plug that in there. If they want me back, you know, I hope I'm back.
Hey, manifest it. Put it out there and
That's
it'll
what I'm
come to you.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Will.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And on that sign, peace out.